So, meine Freunde, ich bin zurück in Genshin Impact diesen Monat oder diese Woche, Entschuldigung, und auch natürlich diesen Monat. Und ich werde mit euch wieder eine neue Mission angehen und ja, ich bin mal gespannt, wo uns das jetzt hinbringen wird. Ich habe die letzten Wochen gut vorangearbeitet und war so ein bisschen schockiert, weil ich wollte eigentlich nur so eine Auslaufmission machen, also übersetzt eine Mission, die das letzte Kapitel in einem schönen Sinne beenden sollte. Und was ist passiert? Eine Stunde später war ich immer noch nicht fertig. Und ich hoffe jetzt einfach mal, dass ich es dieses Mal schaffe. So, und dazu mache ich jetzt erstmal einen schnellen Port. Und zwar muss ich jetzt natürlich zurück hier zu dem Punkt hier, wo ich zuletzt gewesen bin, in Sumero. Und da porten wir mal schnell hin. Ich bin mal gespannt, ob ihr es erkennt hier. Ich habe hier so einen kleinen Begleiter hier bei mir. Jetzt angeheftet. Einer schon. Aufgrund der Tatsache, dass demnächst ein Film ansteht. Der kleine Süße. Der begleitet mich hier und bleibt die ganze Zeit noch am Kabel hängen. Ich sag nur Gru. I am Gru. Aber ich glaube, Vin Diesel, das ist der Sprecher. Der kann das besser.
Traveler and Paimon? What a fantastic night! I'm still immersed in all the happiness and joy, like a candle floating on water. So are we, and that's why we're here to talk with you. Is there anything you want to know?
Okay, eine jede Menge Fragen. Über Akasha.
After recent events, the Akasha can no longer function as it used to. I've given it some thought, and have decided to shut it down permanently. But this is definitely not a bad thing. Even from the beginning, I've been planning to shut it down. The Akasha's centralized administration of knowledge has always restrained people's curiosity and curtailed the number of paths available to them. I don't think this is good for Sumeru. Although people may initially feel a little uncomfortable with the loss of the Akasha, they will soon understand that this life is more suitable for them. And as for the future of Sumeru, I'm preparing to regain control of the academia. The former sages have received their punishment, but the new sages have yet to be selected. I will oversee the process personally. I hope that the new 6 great sages will be more focused on academics. Sumeru needs such leaders more than ever. The other big issue is the people of King Deshret. All the residents of the desert, in fact. They have been mistreated for far too long. I've already taken some measures to address this. It will take some time to rebuild everything, but no matter if it's culture, friendship, or trust, we will rebuild it.
So, über die Akasha habe ich jetzt was gehört. Na, dann das nächste.
You mean, what happened after the doctor put you to sleep?
Hat er das göttliche Herz gestohlen?
You guessed correctly. The top-ranked Vitui Harbingers, up to number 3, possess power comparable to that of gods. I was no match for him in that kind of situation. However, in spite of the bad situation, I still managed to make a fair deal with the doctor. I'm sure you remember the entity that changed your fate, the Heavenly Principles. In fact, the Heavenly Principles has been quiet since the Conria disaster 500 years ago. I used this point as leverage against the doctor. I told him that the Heavenly Principles may be awakened if I destroy the Gnosis. Although it's just a bluff, he still fell for it. I assumed that the heavenly principles wouldn't just stand by and let such extensive damage to its laws take place. And as for what I exchanged for the gnosis, the exchange served as both punishment for the doctor as well as a boon of new knowledge that I couldn't refuse as the god of wisdom.
Über Scaramouche.
He's still in a coma. I've hidden him like how one would hide a feather. I know you have many misgivings about him, but as someone who had become a god, he has retained a number of very useful features. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't do any evil. In addition, there are still some mysteries left in him. Some things may be very clear from my perspective, but he is still yet to understand them himself. His future will be determined by fate.
Tja, über die nächste Station der Reise Fontaine.
Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation of justice? As far as I know, that nation operates in a judicial system. Does their Archon personally judge people? No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, Focalor, will preside over individual trials. However, even then, Focalor will still make herself present at just about every trial. It seems that she just likes to immerse herself in that sort of atmosphere. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict. Anyway, let's just say she's got, a very unique personality.
Ja, dann habe ich keine weiteren Fragen, würde ich sagen.
Are you sure? Isn't there something else you haven't asked about yet? Huh? You mean... About your brother. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your brother.
Aber wir kommen von außerhalb des Sternmeers.
Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Teyvat? So there shouldn't be anything on her or her brother.
This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have any information on you. However, there must be something different about your brother. Because as it turns out, the world has recorded information on him after all.
What?
There's only one possible explanation. He belongs to this world.
But nothing about this makes any sense! Wasn't this your first trip to Teyvat?
According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the Conria disaster, he began his journey through the 7 nations of Teyvat. But just as his journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on him suddenly become fuzzy.
What do you mean, fuzzy? Did something happen to him?
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating his fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of.
Okay, könnte es mit dem Abgrund zu tun haben?
But even that wouldn't explain how he somehow comes from this world.
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
Ankömmling?
What's a descender? Paimon's never heard of it.
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return for my gnosis, right? A very important part of the intel was about this world's Descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world. Traveler, you are Teyvat's 4th Descender.
Okay, jetzt bin ich ein bisschen schockiert. Der 4. Also, Ihr Bruder? Sie? Wer sind die anderen 2? Das ist jetzt mal eine entscheidende Frage. Da bin ich jetzt echt mal gespannt.
So the Fatui count 3 other descenders before the traveler, and her brother isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles. As for the other descenders, I still need to verify their existence. It could take me some time.
Paimon's head's about to burst from all this crazy new information.
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions. I must say, I truly regret that I can't help you more as the God of Wisdom. There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through each one of them.
Ich auch. Ich brauche Zeit zum Nachdenken.
And soon, you'll also begin your journey anew and depart from Sumeru. I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey that can't be observed or recorded by this world. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate fate.
Paimon's sure glad we got to meet you, Nahida.
The pleasure is all mine. I can't thank you enough. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes, and maybe I'll appear in your dreams.
So, und damit habe ich jetzt diesen Akt auch abgeschlossen. Und ich bin jetzt mal gespannt, was da jetzt als nächstes auf uns zukommt. Ich meine, da sollten jetzt neue Aufträge da sein. Von daher, kleiner Mick, mein Husten. Also wir müssen, entschuldigen, ich muss ab und zu das Mikro ausschalten, sonst habt ihr ständig meinen Husten drauf. So, dann gucken wir uns das Ganze nochmal an. Also, wie schon erwähnt, ahnte ich schon, dass wir da jetzt schnell ein Ende kommen. So, da sind jetzt hier 2 Quests mit Abhängigkeiten. Taucher Secundus Part 1. Was haben wir jetzt hier? Asia Palmatum, erster Akt. Asia Palmatum, erster Akt. Asia Palmatum. Also hier sind Voraussetzungen, da muss ich erstmal überlegen. Nein. Das sind Weltaufträge. Wo kriege ich jetzt die anderen Aufträge her? Okay. Da bin ich jetzt erstmal ein klein bisschen ratlos. Der Nachtvogel ist gefallen, bevor der Vorhang fällt. Wasser Palmatum. Taurus Iracundus, okay. Da werde ich mich mal schnell schlau machen. So, ich habe jetzt rausbekommen, wie man jetzt diese beiden Quests angehen kann. Und ich gehe jetzt hier nochmal schnell rauf. Und zwar gehe ich jetzt hier rein und ich stelle jetzt hier fest, dass ich Taurus Iracundus brauche. So, und das ist ein Legendenauftrag. Ja, und da war ich ein bisschen ja, nicht ganz so gut. Auf jeden Fall muss man die wahrscheinlich in einer gewissen Reihenfolge abarbeiten. Und ich muss jetzt hier hinkommen, den ersten Akt. Das soll heißen, ich werde jetzt diese erstmal aktivieren. Einsammeln. So, und jetzt kann ich Imperatix Ambrosa spielen. Da muss ich wieder, das ist total genius, diesen Auftrag sozusagen noch abarbeiten. Ist schon nicht schlecht. So. Und jetzt werde ich diesen erstmal starten. Und das ist weit weg von hier. Und ich habe gesehen, es ist noch Patch 2.7. Das heißt, ich muss nochmal einen Sprung hier hinten zurück machen. Und ja, hier noch einiges wegzocken. Es ist unglaublich. Asche auf mein Haupt. Und ich dachte, ich wäre so nah am Ziel. Aber der Kleinkram erschlägt mich mal wieder. So, also, wie gesagt, um da jetzt weiterzukommen, müssen wir jetzt mit dieser Quest weitermachen.
If the Tenryo Commission won't assist in dealing with the thunderstorm, the consequences could be catastrophic.
It's not that we're unwilling to do our part. We just don't have any spare hands right now. I hope you can understand.
Exactly. So let's keep the discussion going and see if we can find a solution.
Hey, Toma! What's going on?
Hello you two. We were just talking about what an impact you've made in Inazuma.
Na, was für ein Zufall.
Greetings. Thank you both again for delivering Miss Hiragi's letter that time.
Ah, so they're friends of yours. I'm Master Kamaji's servant. Call me Ippe.
Es hört sich an, als hättet ihr eine Art Problem.
Well, the Tri-Commission's work used to consist of gathering information for the Shogun and carrying out any duties she assigned. But recently, she announced that she wishes to spend some time in solitude and self-reflection. Since she is refusing to receive any visitors, there is no one to tell us what to do. We all understand if the Shogun needs some quiet time to gather her thoughts. The only problem is, in the meantime, the thunderstorm out at sea has been getting wilder.
Okay, man sagte mir, es sei eine Manifestation des Willens des Shoguns über den Sakoku-Dekret.
Yep, that's the one. And all the time it's been there, the storm has never changed in shape or size. But now, it seems to be drawing closer to Inazuma.
What? So her will's changed and she wants to destroy Inazuma now? Or is this her way of trying to get revenge on us?
Ja, das wäre zu kindisch.
Oh yeah, you're right. If she really wanted to get revenge on us, she could just strike us with lightning right here. Which would also be pretty scary.
I don't think you need to worry about that. The reason we're concerned is that we've never known the Almighty Shogun's will to falter before.
Considering Liu as god left not too long ago, it's hard not to take it as a bad sign. A lot of people now believe that the thunderstorm is getting wilder because the almighty Shogun is having health problems. The fact that she won't see anyone right now makes us concerned that things are only going to get worse.
Die Sorge ist gerechtfertigt.
Right. So, before rumors start spreading, Miss Kamisato got me to come here and discuss countermeasures with the Tenryo Commission. We need to make sure we're prepared to deal with the chaos if and when it arrives.
Unfortunately, the reality is that the Tenryo Commission is facing huge internal instability at the moment. The Kujo clan has lost control over the other clans.
Huh? Why is that?
The Kujo clan is still awaiting the Shogun's trial for colluding with the Fatui and nearly destroying the whole of Inazuma. Everyone knows that a change of commissioner is inevitable. It's just a matter of time before the almighty Shogun hands down her decree.
To put it simply, no one will take orders from the Kujo clan anymore. But there's still work that has to be done.
If Mr. Takayuki was in better health, there might be a way through. But now?
My lack of ability is to blame. I failed to uncover the truth in time, and I failed to stop my father. And now, as acting head of the clan, I'm failing to quell the unrest.
Don't blame yourself, Master. You have to at least keep your chin up until your older brother returns. The Kujo clan can't cope with any more instability in its current state.
Yes, you're right. Masahito has enough on his plate at the moment. Mustn't cause any more issues for him. Okay, Toma, let's revisit this discussion in a few days. Right now I need to go visit Takatsukasa Susumu, head of the Takatsukasa clan. He's the only one capable of taking charge of the situation now.
I suppose. Well, okay, no problem. A speedy resolution to the Tenryo Commission's internal issues is in our best interest as well.
I'll come with you, Master.
No need. I'll handle this by myself.
Oh, Okay. Take care then. Come back soon.
If you think about it, both the thunderstorm situation and the issue with the Tenryou Commission have been caused by the Shogun's decision to take some time off, right? If things carry on like this, people will start to panic.
Und was, wenn wir sie rausbitten?
You can actually do that?
Don't
Wieso
know
nicht?
for sure, but we may as well try. Whether she takes us up on the offer or not will depend on what mood she's in.
Sounds like you guys know what to do. Shall I leave it up to you then? You know, everyone's worrying about the Shogun's condition, but if people got to see her in person, it would put their fears to rest.
Ich versuche es.
Thank you very much. I owe you one, again.
The way Paimon sees it, there's only one person who might have the chance to see the Shogun while she's isolating, right? Let's take a trip to the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Okay, 751 Meter von hier. Na, dann bin ich ja mal gespannt, wo wir da hin müssen. Noch unbekannt. Noch unbekannt. Da ist er. Ich bin ja nur froh, dass ich jetzt hier schon so viel freigeschaltet habe. Dann gucken wir uns das mal vor Ort an. So, jetzt haben wir je Mikro finden. Gefunden.
I wasn't expecting to receive VIP shrine visitors during downtime. So I suppose you're here just to visit me?
Natürlich.
What a smooth talker. Though your eyes do not lie as convincingly as your tongue. You came because you need my help, didn't you? Still, your answer has put me in a good mood. So tell me, what is the matter?
We heard the Shogun decided to take a break, and since then the thunderstorm around Inazuma has gotten wilder. Rumor has it that the thunderstorm is affected by the Shogun's will, so people are worrying that something might be wrong with her.
Sie ist auch verpflichtet, Entscheidungen über die Angelegenheiten der Tenryou-Verwaltung zu treffen.
All right. There's little purpose in keeping anything hidden from you anyway. Since the battle, the Shogun has been greatly troubled and her temperament has changed drastically.
What?
Große Veränderung des
Her
Temperaments.
power was already on the decline. Then you dealt her that fateful strike. The defeat was a heavy blow to her. It also didn't help that I forgot to bring her some tricolor dango and light novels when I went to see her. Oh, the poor thing. Without desserts and books to console herself with, she was so angry she quite simply lost it. Crying and ranting and raving. Oh, I could hardly bear to see her that way.
You expect us to believe that a god would throw a temper tantrum over something like that?
Tja, könnte gut sein.
Before you get too indignant, consider the fact that your concerns sound every bit as nonsensical to me as that blatant lie did to you. A seeks eternity. To her, mortal lives come and go in the blink of an eye. Of what consequence to her are mortal concerns for her well-being?
You're saying she's fine, right?
I don't know the details. She said she wanted to rest, and I have nothing pressing that requires her attention, so there is no reason to disturb her. I have heard about the thunderstorm, though. As to the cause, it is not inconceivable that, as you suggest, her will has wavered somewhat.
Umso mehr ein Grund, sie zu
I
besuchen.
am the only one in all of Inazuma who can visit her while she is resting. But tell me, why should this concern me? Why should I do this for you, when I already have everything one could ever want and have seen everything one could ever wish to see?
Für die Menschen von Inazuma?
I like that answer. Here is the pass permit. Show it to the Okuzumeshu at the gate, and he will let you in.
Thanks, Miko!
My question was in jest, but since you answered it in earnest, please stay true to your word. Oh, and don't forget to return the pass permit to me after you have finished with it.
So, jetzt haben wir den Passierschein bekommen und jetzt können wir zurück.
The almighty Shogun has requested solitude. No visitors allowed.
Oh, we've got a pass permit from Miko.
Don't be ridiculous. Lady Guji never gives her pass permit to another person. Not even esteemed travelers like yourselves. Guji Ai is only authorized to hold that pass permit because of the trust that the almighty Shogun places in her, and her alone. Wait, this is authentic.
Tja, man kann ihn nicht fälschen, oder?
Understood. Then as the Shogun has ordered, I must not stand in your way. Apologies. Please proceed. Since the Shogun is resting at this time, please be especially respectful and make sure your behavior is impeccable.
So, auf geht's rein in das Ungewisse.
Look how she's pacing back and forth. Don't you think she looks a little anxious?
How did you get in? Trespassers are to be eliminated at once.
Wait, no, it's us! Why are you treating us like we're your enemies? We made amends, didn't we? Also, we got in by totally legitimate means!
Denied. Use of force has been forbidden. Anyway, be gone. Do not disturb my solitude.
Was ist mit dir? Ich meine, sie klingt ja wirklich, als hätte sie irgendwie von einem Programm, als wäre sie da in irgendeinem Programm besessen.
That is of no concern. This is my recuperation state.
What did you make of this? She's acting strange, huh?
Ah, die Puppe muss sich auch erholen.
This body has no need of rest. But I am an assistant to the one within. If she wishes to rest, I must follow her will.
Paimon gets it. So this is all A's doing. But why? Surely you going about your business doesn't interfere with the plane of euthymia. She's got plenty of space in there. Seems like it would be the perfect place for rest and relaxation.
I do as she wishes. I can say no more than this.
Alle machen sich Sorgen um den Shogun.
I cannot. In my current state, even if I went out, I could do nothing. I am currently unwilling to deal with any business. I am also incapable of it.
What do you mean by that?
It has been forbidden. Please refrain from making me talk any further.
What should we do? It feels like this conversation is going nowhere.
Ja, ich glaube, sie ist kaputt. Krank kann man nicht sagen. Das klingt eher nach einem Programm.
Oh, it's you two. It's been a while. The Shogun can't do much at the moment. Come straight in and see me.
Entschuldigung. What? Ich musste gerade husten. Wieder aus. Waren wir doch schon mal. Hier haben wir so einen Big Boss Fight gehabt hier.
That was terrifying. Would it be so hard to give us a little warning first?
It's not your first time. I don't see what there is to be so alarmed about.
So, is the Shogun broken? Are you gonna get it fixed, or...?
Don't worry. The Shogun's not broken. I've just temporarily disabled many of her functions. Currently, the Shogun is unable to handle any business and cannot appear as me. So the easiest solution was to announce that I am resting.
Darum sagt sie immer verboten.
As I said, I need to think about Inazuma's eternity, and thinking takes time. But the Shogun is still running based on her old rules. I can't allow her to make any mistakes while I am working things out.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
No, she was not created to ever be turned off. Furthermore, I had even predicted at the time that I may wish to modify the Shogun's operational rules at some point in the future. However, such changes would not be conducive to eternity.
Ja, genauso hart zu sich selbst.
That's why the Shogun has a robust system to safeguard against modification. It's also to protect against unforeseen circumstances. For now, while I figure out the form that eternity should take, it's more effective for me to temporarily disable some of the puppet's functions, rather than attempt to modify her rules.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! The thunderstorm's getting out of control because some of the Shogun's functions have been disabled.
The thunderstorm is getting out of control? This is the first I've heard of it.
Huh? Okay, well, let us bring you up to speed.
I see. So the thunderstorm is drawing closer.
You can fix it, right?
It's just a minor error. This kind of thing was bound to happen. A small modification to the Shogun should fix it.
Und dann ist das ja alles kein
Don't
Problem.
look at me like that. I've never had to tinker with the Shogun before, and she's very complicated. It's practically inevitable for something to go wrong when you start tweaking things. Yes, that's it. I'm not making excuses. It's the truth.
It's fine, just as long as you can fix it is all.
Und bist du in deinem Denken über die Ewigkeit schon weitergekommen?
Not much. As before, I can see the way forward, yet there are still contradictions. But there is no urgency. To reach an ill-conceived verdict in haste, just for the sake of having reached one, would be a confusion of priorities.
Komm mit, ich brauche bessere Stimmung.
If everyone sees that the Shogun is in good health, it'll put all the speculation and rumors out there to rest. And who knows? A change of scenery might put you in a different mood and give you some fresh inspiration.
You mean, leave the plane of Euthymia?
Vielleicht ist das besser für alle.
Yes, you're right. After all, the Shogun is currently unable to take care of business on my behalf. All right then. I'll come out for a while. Oh, since the theme of the day is a change of pace, you can just call me A. I'm not a great fan of rigid titles.
What? But you're just A's consciousness, aren't you? Can consciousness actually leave this place?
I have my ways. I would never subject myself to imprisonment voluntarily.
Oh, great! Then there's nothing to worry about. Allow us to be your tour guides.
Tour guides? What's a tour guide?
Someone to show you around the Inazuma of today and give you tips on where to eat and how to have fun. All right, let's go!
Okay, jetzt sollen wir mit ihr ein bisschen spazieren gehen. Ah, das ist jetzt nicht so weit weg.
Is this the marketplace? It's a far cry from how I remember it. The stores have changed, and so have the vendors. Well, that's to be expected.
It's the Shogun! What is the almighty Shogun doing here?
Isn't the Shogun sick? This is quite sudden.
I appear to have frightened the people.
Well, what did you expect? The almighty Shogun makes an impromptu appearance are gonna freak out a bit.
Ja, aber ich habe nicht mit so einer großen Reaktion gerechnet.
Patrolling the streets is the Tenryou Commission's job. The Shogun has a lot of information to process and orders to give out. She doesn't have time to deal with it herself. Additionally, the Shogun has no need of recreation. There would be no need for her to come here just to pass the time or to relax.
So, what do we do now? Should we go away for a while and make a more low-profile return later?
Why? It's not like I'm here to cause trouble. Let's just relax.
It was more the ordinary people that Paimon was worried about. Never mind. This definitely seems like your style, eh?
People still use Mora in commercial transactions, I assume.
Yep, same as ever. Just as shiny and just as hypnotic. Wait a second. Hey, are you saying you don't have any Mora either?
Of course I don't. There is no need for commerce in the plane of Euthymia. If I ever need something, I can simply have one of the commissions bring it to me. Wait, what do you mean, either? Anyway, people seem to be behaving in a very orderly fashion. I don't see the liveliness you spoke of anywhere.
People aren't exactly gonna let their hair down in front of the almighty Shogun.
What is this stall selling? I don't believe I've ever seen this before.
What's the Shogun doing here? What am I supposed to do in this situation? I'm so nervous. Shogun, excuse me.
It's all right. Relax. I'm just here to look around. I'm having a change of pace today. Could you tell me about the items you're selling?
Of course. I've got all kinds of snacks here. Takoyaki, dango, and milk, and so on.
Huh? Milk? Sounds kind of like the odd one out.
It might sound odd, but it is in fact my specialty. You see, many of the stores in town are already very well established. I couldn't compete with them no matter what I sell. So my idea was to create some new combinations to give customers a novel experience. For example, my latest concoction is this dango milk. When the dango are worked into a viscous form, they mix very nicely with the milk. The focus is not just the taste, but also the unique texture.
Oh, dango with milk. I've never heard of it. What made you want to do this?
I'm sorry, Shogun. I've got no bone to pick with eternity.
I said relax. There's no need to go treading on eggshells. Do you really think the eternity I pursue is something that can be shaken by dango and milk?
Huh. Why do I feel like she's different than I expected? Actually, it came to me by chance. A friend was catering once and made too many dango, so they gave some to me. But there were more than I had use for. My milk wasn't selling well at that time either, and both dango and milk have a short shelf life. So I thought I'd try mixing the two as I had nothing to lose. To my surprise, in the right proportion, it tasted superb.
A chance combination. Interesting. May I try this drink?
The almighty Shogun wants to try? Well, certainly. And you two should try it too.
Nice. It's sweet. The sensation is not so different from eating a dessert. A unique beverage indeed.
Yeah, it's definitely a drink, but it also feels like eating food.
It's a little bit like porridge? But the resemblance is only superficial. Anyway, I like it.
I'm very glad you approve.
I imagine that an item as delicious as this dango milk must sell exceptionally well, no?
Well, I won't lie to you. sales are very average.
Huh? So it's selling slowly? Why is that?
Because most people aren't willing to give it a try. They think it's an unusual combination, even though everyone who's tried it before rates it highly. I'm not saying the almighty Shogun has unusual tastes. Please, don't take it the wrong way.
Ah, I see. Well, that can be fixed. I'll just have the Yashiro Commission order a few hundred cups and go door-to-door delivering them.
No, almighty Shogun, that's too much.
Is it? I just want them to try it. It would be a shame for them to miss out on Dango milk.
Du magst also Süßes.
Of course. I've heard that most humans like desserts, so it's not unusual that I should enjoy them too. Miko agrees with me on this. There's nothing like dessert for improving one's mood. Much more enjoyable than meditating alone all the time. By the way, Miko mentioned that she founded something called the Yai Publishing House to sell some sort of light novels. She's always bragging to me about it, but it's difficult for me to really imagine without seeing the place for myself. Can you take me there?
Sure! Let's go and have a look!
Shogun! Almighty Shogun! What brings you to the Yai Publishing House? Do you have instructions for us?
No, not at all. Don't be so nervous. I'm just here to look around.
Apologies. I still don't quite understand. Are you here to look into the management? Or publishing regulations? Or fire safety measures?
She just wants to browse your books.
The Almighty Shogun wishes to read light novels?
Yes. Any recommendations?
The Yai Publishing House's novels are mostly targeted at the general public, and the content is all kinds of strange. I'm not sure we have anything quite to the Almighty Shogun's taste.
I'm just here to try something new. There's no fun in reading the same kind of thing over and over again. Relax. It's just words on a page, isn't it? What could I misunderstand, really?
In principle, you're absolutely right. It's just...
It'll be fine. If there's anything the Shogun doesn't understand, we'll explain it to her.
Well... Okay then. Please proceed to the bookshelf over there. It has all the latest bestsellers. There are some winning entries from the This Novel is Amazing competition. I've just finished compiling them into a saleable form. Don't take them too seriously. It's all just a bit of fun.
Okay. Let's go then. Huh. How can this be? Did I underestimate the caliber of this material? I know every individual word in these books' titles, so why is it that they make no sense to me in these particular combinations? Take this one, for example. The good thing about being reincarnated as a hilichurl is that I only need to eat sanserias to become stronger. It's so long. Is it true that hilichurls grow stronger from eating sanserias? Well, surely it should be some sort of meat, at least.
It's just a narrative device.
Narrative device. So it's made up? What's the point of that? Without being grounded in reality, how can the story be believable? Also, I'm fairly certain that hilichurls can't write stories. So, does this author claim to be documenting hilichurl life from an outside perspective, perhaps?
Paimon's starting to understand Kuroda's reservations right about now.
Zu modisch.
How about we choose for you? we can pick out some novels that are easier to understand and give you the scoop.
All right then. I believe myself to be relatively well read, but with stories like these, I don't even know where to start. I have high hopes though. This seems like Miko's style, so I'm sure the stories are very entertaining.
All right, leave it to us. We'll be back in a jiffy. This could be a pretty tough job. Let's see what we're up against. What a strange perk. Someone like that could easily become the top martial arts pro in the world.
Naja, was zählt, ist der Prozess.
You have a point. And a character so determined to follow their...
Oh mein Gott. Naja, es ist schön, dass sie diese ganzen Geschichten einbauen. Wer da tiefer einsteigen möchte.
Paimon only skimmed through, but Paimon can tell this girl has loved the main character with all her heart since childhood.
Ich hoffe, sie wird glücklich sein.
Yeah, she has so much love to give. The plot is really gripping.
Ich meine, wenn das die Einführung sein soll zu Light Novels. Light Novels sind was Fantastisches, genau wie Mangas, ne? Das halt ein bisschen besser, also weniger bildlich erzählt. Aber wie gesagt, ich finde es auch tatsächlich an mancher Stelle, ich bin mal gespannt, wie eure Meinung dazu ist, dass es hier einfach zu textlastig ist.
No wonder Kuroda was nervous about letting A look around. Paimon thinks it might be best not to bring this one up with A. We might get the author in trouble.
Aber verdirbt sich nicht den Ruf des Shogun.
Well, if someone turned into Paimon and... That's all of them. Let's try to explain them to A.
Oh, jetzt soll ich sogar noch ein Buch ihr noch mal vorstellen. Okay, also lange Rede, kurzer Sinn. Also ich würde mir manchmal wünschen, wenn das ein bisschen mehr von der Hauptstory kommen würde. Da haben wir jetzt in den letzten Episoden wahnsinnig viel mitbekommen, obwohl das auch nur im Verhältnis zu dem, was wir vorher gesehen und gehört haben, also viel nichts, nur so wenig gewesen ist, aber es hat einem wenigstens ein bisschen vorangebracht. Ist das jetzt hier wieder so, es erklärt mir die Welt. Und davon habe ich schon genug bekommen.
The looks on your faces tell me you found some good stories.
Los.
Why are there 7 people all striving to have a relationship with a single male protagonist? Is this some sort of narrative device too?
Not really. It's a pretty normal story. You know, where the guy can only choose one girl in the end.
I see. Yes, this is an important relationship, so he must choose wisely, but the decision-making process is a source of agony and conflict. So, could the author not simply add a narrative device whereby the main character could accept the feelings of all 7 admirers at once? Yes, that would solve it.
That would be the most boring love story ever!
Love. Narrative devices are truly mysterious things.
So what do you think of Yae Publishing House's light novels, eh? Do you like the stories we picked?
What I take from these stories is not so much the content itself, but what they represent in terms of the effects of time upon Inazuma. Back when I decided to isolate myself from Euthymia, there was no Yae Publishing House, and certainly no stories of this kind. In accordance with my wishes, the Shogun did her best to create an eternal nation. A nation that, in theory, should remain entirely unchanged over time. But the fact is that both the food and the stories have changed with time. I disagree with your point of view. That's what I would say if we were still in the plane of Euthymia. But the truth is right here in front of my eyes. and I can't deny it.
And that's exactly why we brought you out, to take a look around and get some fresh ideas. Sure, it's not the same as you remember, but one way or another, people are loving life in the present. That's gotta be a good thing, right?
Yes, you're right. I'm wary of any and all change. But I do not wish for my pursuit of eternity to stop human lives from changing for the better. Thank you for inviting me out. This trip has been quite eye-opening for me.
Ich bin nur auf eine gute Zeit aus.
This may be an everyday occurrence for you, but for me, this trip has been quite an occasion. I've seen a lot, and it's made me think a lot.
Also
I really can't praise it highly enough. I hope I will remember it for a long time to come.
Also ein Erinnerungsbild.
Ooh, great idea! Ace had a wonderful time, and a photo is the best way to remember it.
Take a photo? Once again, I'm faced with a combination of words that makes absolutely no sense to me.
It's okay. Come with us. We'll find a scenic spot and show you what we mean.
So, what are we supposed to be doing?
We're taking a photo of you. Just leave the hard work to us. All you need to do is stand over there and strike a pose. Basically, a photo makes a visual record of you at this very moment in time, so it makes a great souvenir.
Okay, so what exactly is striking a pose?
Damit wird eine Pose verewigt. Wir reden hier von einem Foto, ne?
Ah, I see. So in other words, I need to do some sort of visually agreeable action in front of you, right? The more I think about it, the more embarrassing it seems. How should I pose? Help me out here. It should... Okay, I'll try that. Okay, let's get started.
Let's pick a good angle to record this moment from.
So, und das haben wir ja in einem Video gelernt. Ja, denkt dran, ich habe dazu ein Game Tech. Da habe ich ein Video zu gemacht, wo man die Fotos findet und wie man Screenshots macht und erklärt und wo man die Mission findet, um das auch Ganze hinzukriegen. Und ja, schaut euch das Ganze an, hier auf meinem Kanal. Jetzt zeige ich hier noch das Bild.
Wow. This is astonishing. Is it some kind of magic? It seems to be another copy of me. But she doesn't seem to be able to move or talk.
Es ist nicht das echte Du.
I thought it would turn out poorly because I felt rather rigid. But it actually looks more natural than I imagined. The pose is exactly the same, and so is the scenery in the background. I can't imagine how it's achieved.
That's what makes it so special!
Hang on. I'm still struggling to understand this. I need you to explain it again. So, the one in this photo, are you sure it isn't me? If it's not me, then why does she look exactly like me? And if she is me, then who am I?
Okay, that's way above Paimon's head. Over to you, Traveler.
Vielleicht ist es wie der Unterschied zwischen dir und dem Shogun.
Hey, that's right! Do you think the Shogun counts as you?
Of course I do. It was never my intention to place control of Inazuma into anybody else's hands.
So then, who does that make you, here and now?
Well, I'm still me. There is no doubt about that.
Okay, deine Existenz ist also nicht singulär.
My existence? I think I understand. I am me. There is only one of me. But I can exist in many different forms. It's not important what form I exist in. The Shogun, for example, is one of my forms of existence. The question of whether or not she is me is not determined by any of her components.
In that case, this picture is one of your forms of existence too.
So even I, who seeks eternity, am constantly changing my form of existence. Then, how can I ask Inazuma and everyone who lives here to remain unchanging?
Die Natur von Inazuma lässt sich nicht so einfach ändern.
Everything I have encountered on this journey with you has been from beyond my existing sphere of knowledge. You've seen a lot of my ignorant side today. Maybe you can't tell, but all this has challenged my understanding of things. Based on what I have seen today, I am forced to accept that Inazuma is a completely different place from the one I remember. But it would be incorrect to conclude from this that the Inazuma of today is no longer Inazuma. Both the Vision Hunt Decree and the statue of the omnipresent God were conceived as a means of bringing about eternity. But if I were really getting closer to eternity, none of this ever would have happened. Perhaps I've been holding on to everything too tightly.
Sounds to Paimon like Ace figured things out. And that means that we've done a really great job as her guides.
Master Kamaji! Master Kamaji!
Why is it getting so noisy down there? Oh, that sounded like Ippei. What could be the matter?
Ippei? Is that someone from the Tenryou Commission?
Yep, let's find out what's going on. Hey, Ippei, what's the matter?
Ah, it's you. Huh? The almighty Shogun. You must be looking for my master, Kujo Kamaji? I am very sorry, he's not here at the moment. But if it pleases you, I will gladly deliver a message on your behalf.
It's okay. I'm not here to see him. We just heard you calling out, so we came to see what was going on.
Suchst du den zweiten jungen Meister des Hauses?
Yes. Master Kamaji still hasn't returned from the negotiations, and I'm starting to get worried. In fairness, he does have a habit of taking long walks and coming back late. It's perfectly possible that he just found somewhere he likes and lost track of time. But for some reason, today, I'm particularly nervous.
Kujo Kamaji. A descendant of the Kujo clan, I presume.
That's right. Apologies, since the head of the clan is in poor health at the moment, and Master Masahito is rarely home, Master Kamaji is currently serving as representative of the Kujo clan.
I have heard that things are quite tumultuous with the Tenryou Commission at present. Does this have anything to do with Kujo Kamaji?
Forgive us, almighty Shogun. The Kujo clan has failed in its duty. The Kujo clan's reputation is damaged, and its power over the Tenryou Commission is in decline. Plus you have yet to issue a verdict on the Commission's future. So, Master Kamaji decided to enter negotiations with the Takatsukasa clan with a view of having them take over.
Surely they would be discussing something like that at their headquarters, right? Why are you looking for them here?
Actually, they decided to hold this one elsewhere. I'm a little confused as to why, to be honest, but I didn't feel it was my place to question the higher-ups. The meeting place is in the mountains near the Grand Narukami Shrine. I believe the Takatsukasa clan have some kind of base there.
Takatsukasa. Another familiar name. They have been faithfully serving the Kujo clan all these years?
Yes, that's why Master Kamaji decided to discuss things with them. I understand they must have had a lot of ground to cover, but still, there's no way it should have gone on this long. I've searched all over the city. If he really hasn't returned yet, then...
Es ist noch nicht vorbei, oder?
Yeah, I thought of that possibility too. But someone of my rank can't just go venturing into Takatsukasa clan territory like that.
Wir schauen es uns für dich an.
No need. I'm probably just overthinking things. Besides, if they're still at it, they'll only blame me for interrupting the negotiations. I'm only a lowly servant. But Master Kamaji and I grew up together. It'd be terrible if anything ever happened to him. I'm not as smart as Master, so I can't really share his burdens. But the last thing I'd want would be for him to come to harm when I could have done something about it.
What do you think, Almighty Shogun?
Let's go see what's happening. With me present, they are unlikely to blame you, even if we do happen to interrupt the negotiations. Besides, this has only come about because I failed to make a timely decision. This issue started with me, and I shall be the one to finish it.
Sehr cool.
Thank you so much, Shogun. I'll keep looking around in the meantime, too. Let me mark out the location of the base for you. I hope everything goes smoothly.
Ja, also wie das aussieht, wird das noch ein bisschen länger dauern, bevor wir jetzt hier durch sind mit unserem Legendenauftrag. Und ich zeige das noch einmal ganz kurz hier bei diesen ganzen Legendenaufträgen, die wir noch abarbeiten müssen. Wir haben jetzt hier diesen freigeschaltet und der ist erst dann aktiv, wenn ich diesen abgearbeitet habe. Und diese beiden muss ich noch abarbeiten. Und ich befürchte irgendwie da Imperatix Ambrosa. Ah, das ist der zweite Akt. Ah, okay. Da hinten geht es noch weiter. Uiuiuiuiui. Da sind ja aber unglaublich viele Akte noch, die zu erledigen sind. Aber ich versuche einfach mal nur die Story durchzuhangeln, damit wir hier auch weiterhin vorankommen. Und ja, ich gucke auch nochmal wegen den Schlüsseln, was ich da nochmal machen muss, weil da wird es ja nicht alles sein, was wir jetzt hier haben. Ich gucke mal, was steht hier? Ein Legendenschlüssel. Also ich hätte noch Legendenschlüssel scheinbar übrig. Einen Schlüssel. Ja, das sind noch 3 von 3. Also das kriegen wir hin. Bloß diesen kann ich noch nicht aktivieren, weil natürlich erstmal der Akt abgeschlossen sein muss. Von daher sage ich mal wieder, have fun, euer Avoram. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Bis demnächst hier auf meinem Kanal. Ciao, ciao.